Alright, what's up everyone? Greg here, Project Unbroken. Been a while for me, so I want to shoot a video, give an update. You know, Matt's been pushing out some videos here lately, so it's pushed me to do another one. That's the importance of having positive people around you. Pushes you to do positive stuff. If you got negative people around you, it's quite the opposite. So make sure you got no negative people in your life. I know it'll do a lot for you. So, yeah, I've been good the last few months. I think the last video I did was, I went through a little depression in March, which is my first experience with it, but I got over it. And then I did an update video on that saying, I was doing good, and that was a few months ago, maybe even 6 months ago, and I haven't shot a video since, so a lot's happened since then. And I just want to kind of update you and talk about that, and then I'll have a series of videos coming on what's happened these past 6 months or so as we go. This will just kind of be an update, and then I'll break everything down through different videos. And I apologize for the camera. I've been really busy, and the only time I got to shoot a video right now is in my car, so that's why I'm in my car with a kind of shaky camera. So yeah, like I said, the last video I shot was an update saying I'm doing good, and I kind of got over that little minor depression I had. It was a few days, 10 days I think, 5 heavy, 5 shorter. Well, it hit me again. So the first time I went through it really was my first experience with any type of bad depression, and it took me by surprise, and honestly it was so out of character for me that I think at the time I was like, I have the coronavirus. That's why I feel the way I do, because I had the coronavirus, and let's just give it a little bit and it'll go away. And that's the time frame kind of worked out where after about 10 days I felt back to myself, and I was like, I must have just had the virus. It must have just been what that was. And I felt back to myself after about 10 days or so. So I just chalked it up to having that, and that was the reason for it, and that was it, right? But the problem is that wasn't the problem, and the problem never got addressed, so it hit me again in June. So this was mid-June it hit me, and when it hit I was like, fuck, here, why is this happening again? Because around that time, stuff was starting to open back up again. So, I was like, man, I should be feeling better. Stuff's starting to open up a little bit. This is getting it's supposed to be a better situation. But it was the same thing again. Actually, it was a little bit worse. So after 5-6 days, whereas before it started dying down, this time it was almost like it was intensifying, getting worse. And it was to the point where I was so anxious that all I could do was pace all day. And the depression sucked. Just nothing made me happy. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to, be around my kids. I didn't want to work out. Didn't want to do anything. I was just basically hanging on. And again, for someone that's never dealt with depression, it was brutal. For people that do deal with depression, I feel for you, because that is not fun, and that's a battle right there. So anyways, after about 2 weeks, it just wouldn't go away, and I did something that I thought I would never do, and I ended up going on depression medicine. So if you asked me, a year ago or even 5 years ago, if I would ever take depression medicine, I said there's no chance. I don't deal with depression. I'm not a depressed person, and I think you can deal with everything in life through exercise and eating right and all that. But it ended up that's not the case. Sometimes you need a little more help. And I would have been wrong, and different people are different. And in my case, this shit snuck up on me and hit me in the side of the head, and I ended up needing medicine. And my doctor talked me into it. I really went against it for a while, but he explained, look, if you had an infection, you would take an antibiotic, it would speed up the healing process. This is kind of doing the same thing. And after he kind of put it that way, and as bad as I felt for 2 weeks, where I was basically just hanging on for 2 weeks for dear life, I went on it. And I'll explain the whole process through another video. I won't cover that in this video, but I'll cover how it went the whole time. I'll cover all the things I did throughout that, and we'll break these up into videos so you can kind of get in detail stuff, all right, to make sure you get the most out of it. But anyways, I was on, the first week sucked, but again, I'll cover this in another video. By week 2, I felt a little better. By week 4, better. Week 6, way better. By week 8, almost like myself again. And then by week 12 or so, I was pretty much back to myself. And I'm already now, I think I started in July, I started on the medication. I'm already tapering off it. I'm not My doctor recommended I stay on until spring and taper. I want to start tapering now. I started tapering about 2 months ago, actually. And I'll tell you exactly how I'm tapering as well, because a lot of these doctors, they want you to kind of just go down pretty quick, like whether you cut your pill in a quarter or in half. I tried that in my first taper attempt, and it was bad. Like, I felt really bad. I actually did, so I take 10 milligrams. I did 7.5 one day. Then the next day I would do a full dose. So basically I was doing like 8. I did like a little over a milligram drop, and I felt it really bad. So I'll explain the change I made and how I do my taper now, where not only do I not feel it, but I feel great. So for anyone that's on depression medicine or wants to taper off, I have a way that I kind of came up with to taper where you can measure it in very small amounts, and so I'll cover that in another video. But yeah, I mean, things are going great. I'll also cover, you know, other things I implemented to turn things around. I actually addressed the problem this time. I kind of looked deeper into it. Got a therapist, which really helped me do that. I don't think anyone's too good for a therapist. They can help anyone, no matter what position you're in. And she definitely helped me a lot, and helped me, just get things in place to get me to where I am now. But yeah, it was a crazy experience. Things have been good lately. Been very busy, which is part of, I picked up some new hobbies, which is all part of the healing process. And again, I'll cover this in detail in another video. But yeah, I'm good, guys. Things are going well. And these last 6 months, I'll break down in maybe 5 to 10 different videos, just kind of as detailed as I can. So hopefully you guys can get something out of it. That's kind of the whole point of our channel. All right, guys, I'll see y'all soon. I don't know when the next video will be. It could be a day, a week, a couple weeks. I got family in town this week. My sister-in-law's in town from Louisiana. Kids are supposed to be out of school next week, and then they have 2 weeks off Christmas, and then who knows when they're going back with COVID. So I'm just really busy right now. So if you don't see a video for a week or two, I apologize. I'll get it out as quick as I can, though. All right, catch up with y'all soon.